In this tutorial, we will apply a few transformations based on our data observations from the previous tutorial. Let's begin by getting rid of the pesky white space in the country column. Select Trim Leading and Trailing Whitespace from the Column Operations menu. The grid preview displays the before and after results for the values within that column. If the results are as expected, click the Save button to apply this step to all of the records in our dataset. Now notice that the data grid and the filtergram values have been refreshed to reflect the transformation. We can now see that the trim step has resolved that data consistency issue. We no longer need this filtergram, so let's close it. In general, it is best practice to leave open only the filtergrams that you need. Next, let's fix the mixed case issue in the city and state or province columns. Select Change into Capital Case from the Column Operations menu for the state or province column. Expand the column selector and resize the panel to allow visibility of all columns. Here, we can select additional columns for this operation based on the column name or based on a criteria such as the data type and/or text value found within the column names. In this case, we'll make sure both city and state or province columns are selected. If needed, the column operation can be changed here, and the grid preview will immediately refresh. For data sets that have many columns, the column name search can be used to find and select them more quickly. Note that the Filters button here can be toggled to allow you to see which filters, if any, are open and active for this step. Filtergram changes or additions can also be made as needed. Click the Save button to commit this step to our project. Note that the number of unique values within the state or province column has now decreased. Now that we've cleaned up the city, state, or province, and country columns, any reporting that uses this data will give us more accurate results. Last, let's address the data sparsity issue in the age and gender columns. For the age column, let's filter out any record that is missing an age value. We can do this either by clicking the plus or Add All Blanks button at the bottom of the filtergram, or by clicking Show as List to see the discrete age values, and then finding and selecting the bar labeled blank. Because you are interacting with the full column range, it is often worthwhile to sort and review the value counts and column values. Now that the dataset is filtered on the age values, which are blank, select the Remove Rows tool from the Tools bar on the left. Click the Save button to commit this step to our project. Those records are now removed, and we can go back and close this filtergram, or we can clear our selection by clicking the Clear button. Note that the data quality bar is now completely green, indicating that every value in the column is populated. For the gender column, let's replace the blank values with the text Unknown. We can do this by selecting the Find and Replace option from the Column Operations menu. Alternatively, we can use a shortcut and just double-click on one of the blank cells. This will pre-populate a Find and Replace step based on the value in the cell we selected. Here we can change the Find criteria, the Replace condition, and the value that we want to set. Let's click Save to commit this Find and Replace step. And that completes this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we will publish the clean output file, or answer set, resulting from these steps to the data library, where it can be made available for other team members to access, used as an input for other projects, and exported out of Paxata to a data source destination, including your own local file system.